guys, this is Max. Hope you're doing well. I'm coming to you today from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So thought I'd just give you a second to take a look around, looking out into the northwest side of KL at the moment. Isn't a great deal to see right from where I am, apart from sort of Islamic cemetery down there, kind of interesting. And what else? I don't want to lean out too far because I might drop my phone, but I'll tell you what, spending a few weeks in Asia this year has really helped me get over vertigo. Do not come to Asia if you get vertigo. This place is just crazy. Everywhere you go, you end up being sort of high up and fearing for your life. Take a look around. I want to talk today about lifestyle. I think it's an appropriate setting really, considering that I choose to travel a lot. I love travel. I feel like I get a lot out of travel. I spent a few £100s to come here, and other people given a few £100 would rather spend it on something else, and that's their choice, of course. Now, I think there's a really kind of insidious is the word I was looking for, problem in our society with the way people choose to spend their money, and an assumption that whatever they spend it on is necessarily right for them, and that we should, to an infinite degree, respect their choices. Yes and no. Like, we all have choices, but I personally am not convinced that everyone is actively choosing and spending their money in the way that's best for them. And I think there's a lot of value potentially to be obtained in highlighting this problem, because it is, like I say, a rather insidious problem, one that's perhaps not obvious and one that we choose to gloss over. For many of you know that I actually used to work in sales. I used to work in corporate sales, and I met many people in sales who would spend their money on very frivolous things. We all made okay money, and there was people buying really nice cars, or at least leasing them probably. But the image in my head that always anchors me to this idea is one of, get this, red velvet covered coat hangers. Because I shit you not, I know a guy who spent £300 on red velvet covered coat hangers, which is about the same price as a single trip to KL from London or vice versa. Now, you're telling me that he gets more of a kick out of his velvet covered coat hangers than I get out of coming here to KL? I find that very hard to believe. You're telling me that he would get more of a kick out of those coat hangers than he would from coming here himself? Again, I find that very hard to believe. Another thing that was very popular is Mont Blanc pens, right? Very expensive pens. You could easily spend the same amount on a very high quality Mont Blanc pen as you could on a holiday of some kind. Now, again, I'm introducing my own biases to this somewhat, because I really love travel, and that's all good and that's all fine. But these people love travel too. You know, show me one person that does not get a huge kick out of traveling, or that would get more of a kick out of something like some arbitrary lifestyle purchase like a Mont Blanc pen or red velvet covered coat hangers. If what I'm saying was wrong, then we would not have the kind of complaining that we have about our jobs in modern society, and we wouldn't have people landing on their deathbed with their biggest regret being that they had spent too much time doing what was expected of them and not living the life that was true to themselves. So the takeaway here, guys, really, I think there's really two. So again, it comes back to just iterating this idea of work back from the end goal, move with direction, really understand what it is you want first, and then engineer your activity, your behaviour, the quantity and the quality of your work in a way that delivers that end result. So decide what you want and then work towards that without too much due respect to what other people do. Because let's be honest, we only buy Mont Blanc pens and red velvet coat hangers because of what we think other people think of us. Now, if we actually start being true to ourselves, we then remove that factor and we're able to make more rational choices in a way that maximises our own utility, our own fulfilment. So that's the first takeaway. Work back from the end goal. The second is simply maybe use that as a bit of an anchor. Feel free to take that red velvet coat hangers. You know, that image in my head just always reminds me of this idea. Maybe you've got your own. I mean, I know people who have spent crazy money on all kinds of things that I would consider to be quite frivolous. If you read the 4-Hour Work Week, there's an image in there about he talks about the fat bald man in red BMW syndrome. I can't talk. I might one day go bald, but I'm determined to not go fat. And would I buy a red BMW? Probably wouldn't go for red, but you know what I'm saying. Or lime green furniture. You know, we rather than say work back from the end goal, we go, okay, we've got 40 hours a week to spare. How much money can I make in that time? And then oh, I've got all this money, how do I spend that? We then throw this money at this arbitrary notion of lifestyle, and it really is arbitrary. It's not done with a way of thinking what's actually going to be the best thing for me. Once you free yourself of that conditioning, you're able to, I believe, achieve a much higher level of fulfillment through making more appropriate choices for you. So be true to yourself, live life first. That's all from me, guys. I'll chat to you next time.